The Misadventures of Tim and His Roomba. Tim was an ordinary guy with extraordinary laziness. He believed in technology not just as a tool but as a savior, especially when it came to cleaning. That's why, after months of contemplating the pros and cons, he finally bought a Roomba, a small, round, robotic vacuum that promised to clean his house without him lifting a finger. On its first day, Tim watched in awe as the Roomba glided effortlessly across the floor, dodging chairs, carpets, and his cat, Whiskers. It was everything he had dreamed of. He was so impressed, he even gave it a name, Gary. "Gary, you're doing great work," Tim said, propping his feet up on the coffee table and taking a sip of his soda. "I've never seen anyone clean like you." Gary whirred in response. Or at least Tim liked to think it did. Everything was going perfectly, until one fateful evening when Tim decided to invite his friend Mark over to show off his new cleaning companion. "You seriously named it Gary?" Mark asked, trying not to laugh.
"Yeah.
"Why not?" "It's the hardest working member of this household." Mark raised an eyebrow. "Is that saying more about the Roomba or about you?" Ignoring the jab, Tim grabbed a bowl of chips. At first, Gary roamed around the living room, doing its usual sweeping and beeping routine. But then, Tim noticed something odd. Gary began heading toward the kitchen, where there was a small puddle of water on the floor, left over from Tim's latest attempt at cooking pasta. Before he could react, Gary zoomed right into the puddle, spinning wildly as if it had hit a patch of ice. It started making strange noises, beeping. But it was too late. Gary, now possessed by some cleaning demon, began zooming uncontrollably around the kitchen, crashing into the fridge, bouncing off the cabinets, and dragging half the tablecloth behind it like a cape. Whiskers, startled by the chaos, launched herself onto a bookshelf, knocking over a vase in the process. "I don't know. It's gone rogue." Tim frantically fumbled with the app on his phone, but Gary was ignoring all commands. It continued spinning and bumping into everything in sight, like a toddler who had just consumed 5 cupcakes. In a desperate attempt to stop the madness, Tim ran over and picked Gary up. Tim stumbled backward, dropping Gary, who promptly rolled under the couch. Silence followed. Mark, stifling laughter, wiped a tear from his eye. "Dude, your Roomba just declared war on your house." Whiskers cautiously peeked from her perch, probably wondering if the strange round beast had been vanquished for good. Tim
Yeah,
Mark agreed, patting Tim on the back. Or maybe you just need a good old-fashioned broom. From that day forward, Gary the Roomba was treated with a mix of respect and fear. And Tim. He learned two important lessons: never trust a robot to do all your work, and always clean up your pasta spills.